I'm brain dead and forgot to clarify this product was sent out for review. Like and sub, enjoy the video. Yo, what's good YouTube? It's Bordsy, and this is going to be a review of the Pulsar Xlite. It is another extremely light ergo mouse that has been released this year. 2021 is the year of ergos. Why? But yeah, I've watched reviews of this mouse, and my experience just doesn't match up whatsoever, so I'm going to go over that. Make sure to watch the full video, as always. But first thing I want to complain about is the box. It's one of those fucking stupid boxes where this is the most efficient method of opening it, and then you can, like, pull it out. You actually get good shit in the box in terms of extra goodies. You get some grips, and you get the ever so praised micro bungee. I have seen literally every video talking about this thing has been like sucking its micro bungee dick. And trust me, I do agree that the micro bungee is one of the biggest advancements made in modern technology, but it does have a flaw, and I don't even know if it's a flaw or if this is more of a warning, but if you remove it from whatever it's stuck to, it significantly loses its stickiness, and you can see on mine, like, the adhesive tape is just extremely uneven, but they do sell the micro bungee in packs of 3 for $10, so if you do pick up the mouse, or if you just want the bungee, I would recommend just going with that instead of just risking it with the one that comes with the mouse. But the micro bungee is pretty genius. You just like stick it to your monitor and then you have a mouse bungee, and it is extremely cost efficient as well. So if you already have something like a Komoot or a Lunar Dial, I don't think you have to upgrade. But if you don't have a mouse bungee, go fucking get yourself a micro bungee. I can definitely recommend that more than I can this mouse. But yeah, getting into the mouse. First thing I'm going to talk about is the build quality, because everybody has had a spectacular copy of this mouse in the reviews I've seen. And the quality on my copy is for the most part the same. If I squeeze it really hard, I can get it to side flex and actuate the side buttons. But at this point, it's like causing physical like pain to my thumb, so really no quality issues. Obviously the bottom of this mouse, very spooky. And yeah, these beams, if you like push them really hard, you can get them to flex, but these are never going to be an issue in terms of durability. Somehow, this mouse passed a, like, U.S. military drop test. I have no idea what that entails, but that's pretty fucking sick. And yeah, like, no creaking and rattling anywhere else. The clicks, I don't know if this is a quality issue, if they're just shit. But these are, like, the reason why I hate 20Ms. Like, this implementation, I just find it to be really poor. This is like the fucking like membrane switch of a mouse. Just really mushy, dull, no tactility, feels like there's no travel. And it's extremely hard to spam click. Fuck, I don't even know. Was it like the MM720 that probably had clicks as bad as this mouse? But yeah, if you click it towards the top, at least on my copy, I just can't double click it for my life. But you're not going to be clicking it towards the top, because this is a pretty long mouse. It's 4 millimeters longer than the EC2. I've embraced the meta irony, I guess, of just comparing every ergo to the EC2. It's also a lot taller than the EC2, and it feels a lot less natural. Or not natural, but like the shape doesn't fill out my palm nearly as much, and when I'm clawing it, it's really hard for me to get a consistent grip of it. I personally can't redacted grip this mouse, and I was trying to find a shape to like compare it to, and I just feel like it feels a bit worse than the G-Wolf skull, but of course it is lighter, so therefore it's automatically better. It doesn't really matter that the mouse is extremely front heavy, because once again, hey, it's advertised at 48 grams. But that is, of course, without the cable, and probably without the feet as well, because on my scale, it is coming in at a whopping 53. Read that right the first time, no need to second guess myself. Yeah, 53 grams on my scale. So it's not like heavy by any means, but it is pretty poorly balanced. At least for me, I can feel that. How much it's affecting me, I don't really know. Also, this cable, it's once again just not the best. I don't really know what this mouse has going for it. It's $60, so it's not really in the budget range. I would say it's a more like affordable mouse, but it doesn't really have good clicks, doesn't have a good cable. I find the shape kind of hard to recommend. I don't know who it's really for. And please, just let me know in the comments if you're, like, jumping for joy at the prospect of another, like, EC2-ish shape. I don't know. Maybe if you play, like, redacted grip with smaller hands, the mouse would feel fine. I'm never going to recommend some, like, clunky ergo for fingertip. And for claw, it was just alright. It never was a mouse that I was like, yes, I am enjoying using it. I was always just thinking about going back to something else. And even, I don't know, I'm enjoying the fucking WMO more than it. Review soon, by the way. But yeah, you can just see from fucking looking at the back of the mouse that there is no weight towards the back of it. This was doomed from the start. Because this cable isn't complete shit, but like I said, it's not the best. Think like Viper Mini, maybe even a bit better. But it's just the mouse is so light, you can't afford to have a bad cable, like holding it back. So yeah, overall, my thoughts on this mouse are just pretty negative. The scroll wheel, I guess it's alright. I don't really have anything bad to say about it. Not really sure what encoder it's using. Pretty defined steps and a nice texture. These feet, they felt horrible at first, like genuinely terrible. But over time they did break in, and now, like at first, they were just so scratchy on rough pads, but then I used it a bit more, they broke in a bit, and they're still like somewhat scratchy, but I'm not complaining anymore. They have the ones applied are 0.6 millimeters, and you can put on the 0.8 millimeter ones that are also provided. So it's cool. Like, you are getting a lot of value on this mouse. It's just that I don't think this mouse in its current state is worth it. They should definitely throw in some kill switches. That seems to be the norm. But yeah, Omron 20Ms, no. 3370 sensor, I have had no problems with it. It's so fucking weird that sensors have become an issue again. Like, every other mouse has a scuffed sensor. This 3370 is fine. There is software where you can adjust, like everything, debounce time, all of that. But this mouse came on 1200 DPI for me, and there is no DPI button on the mouse. That is just, wow. And I don't really have a problem with the mouse not having a DPI button. Obviously, it's a good way to save a bit of weight, probably around like 3 grams or so. My problem is that the default was 1200. I thought it was 1600 with some deviation where it was maybe like 1400 or something. I had no idea it was 1200. And then I downloaded the software and I saw it and I was like, holy fuck. Also, the default debounce time is like 12 ms, so you do need to go into the software. You can like optimize the mouse a bit. Also, you can just like stick your finger up the mouse. That is so funny to me. And I understand the default DPI is a pretty minor problem, but it is just like, it's basically forcing you to download the software when it easily could not be like that if it was just like on 800, like almost every other mouse. And yeah, I don't really know what else I have to say about this mouse. It's kind of clear that I just don't really like it. I guess something that that I don't massively hate are these holes on the side, or I guess ridges rather, little rectangles, I guess. They're pretty cool. You can kind of get your finger to sink in like I'm doing with my ring finger, but you kind of like have to be trying to do that. I think that for the most part they're absolutely fine and better than something like standard honeycombs, yeah, for sure. And like 100% better than fucking holes. Any company who puts holes on a mouse does not actually use their own mice. I am certain of it. And yeah, I don't really know what else there is to say about this mouse. Obviously not getting the BUNGEE seal of approval. I will leave a few clips I got with it, because I have used it for around a week. I was like, eventually the shape is gonna click. Nah. And once again, I just want to show the weight balancing. Man, it's like the G305 of like ergo mice. But yeah, absolutely, make sure to like and subscribe. 100 emoji.